Imagine waking up in the middle of the night, not because of a nightmare, but because something just landed on your roof. At first, you think it's the wind. Then you hear it, scratching, slow, heavy claws dragging across the wood above your head. You hold your breath and listen. Another sound follows, a low, unnatural scream that echoes through the freezing night. Not a wolf, not an owl, not anything you've ever heard before. You slowly walk to the window. Outside, the ground is covered in fresh snow, glowing under the pale moonlight. And then you see it, standing in the middle of your yard. A tall creature with thin legs, hooves pressed into the snow, and massive wings folded against its back. Its head turns slowly toward your house, and for a moment, it feels like it's staring directly at you. Then the creature spreads its wings, lets out a horrifying scream, and launches into the night sky. In January of 1909, hundreds of people across New Jersey claimed they saw that exact same thing. They called it the Jersey Devil. Welcome back to the channel. Here we explore the darkest mysteries history tried to bury, from unsolved crimes to terrifying legends that refuse to die. If you enjoy true mystery, dark history, and strange unexplained events, make sure you hit the like button. It helps this video reach more people who love exploring the unknown. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on the bell so you never miss the next mystery. Now lock your doors, turn down the lights, and let's travel back to the winter of 1909, when an entire region was gripped by fear of a creature that should not exist. The Pine Barrens of New Jersey are a strange place. Stretching across more than 1 million acres, the forest is dense, quiet, and surprisingly empty. Even today, large areas remain almost completely untouched by modern development. In the early 1900s, the Pine Barrens felt even more isolated. Small towns sat surrounded by endless woods. At night, the darkness there was absolute. And in January of 1909, something strange began appearing in the snow. Footprints, but not the kind anyone recognized. The tracks looked like the prints of a cloven hoof, but they didn't behave like the tracks of any normal animal. They appeared on rooftops. They crossed fences. They moved across frozen rivers and climbed over buildings. Sometimes they would simply stop in the middle of a field, as if whatever made them had suddenly taken flight. People were confused at first. Then the sightings began. One night in Bristol, Pennsylvania, a police officer patrolling the streets heard a terrible shriek echo through the darkness. He looked up just in time to see a strange creature gliding across the rooftops. The officer later described it as something with wings like a bat, a long neck, and a head shaped like a horse. Terrified, he pulled out his revolver and fired. The bullets had no effect. The creature screamed again, spread its wings, and disappeared into the night. Within days, similar reports began pouring in from across the region. In Camden, several workers leaving a late shift claimed they saw a winged creature flying over the Delaware River. In Haddon Heights, a trolley driver reported that something large landed on the roof of his vehicle, beating its wings loudly before flying away. Farmers began discovering their livestock terrified and their barns damaged. Chickens were found dead inside coops that appeared to have been forced open from the outside. Families woke in the middle of the night to scratching sounds outside their homes. Then came the screams, a high, chilling cry that echoed through the forests and towns after midnight. Newspapers quickly picked up the story. Within days, headlines across New Jersey began reporting sightings of a mysterious flying creature. The press gave it a name, the Jersey Devil. But according to local legend, the Jersey Devil had existed long before 1909. The story began more than 200 years earlier. In the early 1700s, a woman known as Mother Leeds lived deep in the Pine Barrens. She already had 12 children and was pregnant with her 13th. Exhausted and overwhelmed, she supposedly cursed the unborn child, shouting that the baby could be the devil for all she cared. According to the legend, when the child was born, something horrifying happened. The baby suddenly transformed, its body twisted, its arms stretched into wings, its legs bent into hooves, and its face became something monstrous and animal-like. The creature screamed, flapped its wings violently, and flew up the chimney, disappearing into the dark forests of New Jersey. From that moment forward, people claimed the Jersey Devil haunted the Pine Barrens. For generations, the story remained nothing more than a frightening legend told to scare children. Until the winter of 1909. That week, sightings of the creature exploded. Hundreds of people claimed they had seen it. Schools closed early because parents were afraid to let their children walk home. Factories shut down as workers refused to travel at night. Entire towns stayed indoors after sunset. The fear became so intense that police departments organized armed patrols to hunt the creature. Groups of men carrying rifles and lanterns marched into the Pine Barrens, determined to find the source of the terror. But the deeper they went into the forest, the stranger the reports became. Some hunters claimed they heard enormous wings beating through the trees above them. Others said they saw glowing eyes watching them from the darkness. And yet whenever they tried to follow the tracks, they always disappeared. The newspapers only made the panic worse. Every day brought new articles describing terrifying encounters. Illustrations of the Jersey Devil appeared in papers across the country. Some drawings showed a dragon-like monster with massive wings. Others depicted a thin creature with hooves, bat wings, and the head of a horse. The public imagination exploded. Rewards were offered to anyone who could capture the creature alive. One museum even announced a prize of $10,000 for the Jersey Devil. Then one day, a man appeared claiming he had done exactly that. Crowds gathered to see the creature inside a cage. For a moment, people believed the mystery had finally been solved. But it didn't take long for experts to expose the truth. The Jersey Devil was nothing more than a kangaroo painted with stripes and fitted with fake wings. The hoax made headlines across the country, but strangely, the sightings continued. A family in Gloucester claimed the creature landed on their roof late at night. When they rushed outside with lanterns, they saw a winged figure leap into the air and disappear into the darkness. Another witness reported seeing the creature perched on a fence before it suddenly spread its wings and flew away. Then, just as suddenly as it had begun, the wave of sightings stopped. The footprints vanished. The screams in the night faded away. Within a week, the hysteria surrounding the Jersey Devil ended. But the mystery never truly disappeared. Some historians believe the entire event was a classic case of mass hysteria. The strange footprints may have been made by ordinary animals whose tracks had been distorted by melting snow. Once newspapers began reporting the story, fear spread quickly, and people began interpreting normal sights and sounds as something supernatural. Others believed there may have been a real animal behind the sightings. Large cranes, owls, or even escaped exotic animals could have created strange silhouettes in the night sky. But believers in the legend think something far stranger was responsible. The Pine Barrens remain one of the most isolated wilderness areas on the East Coast. Even today, there are places in those forests where almost no one goes. If a strange creature did exist there, it could easily remain hidden. And even now, people occasionally report hearing something unusual deep in the woods. A scream echoing through the trees, a shadow moving across the moon, or strange hoof prints appearing in the mud after a storm. Small prints, too strange to belong to any normal animal. So what really happened during the Jersey Devil hysteria of 1909? Was it mass panic fueled by newspapers and fear? Was it an elaborate series of hoaxes meant to scare entire towns? Or did something truly unknown rise from the Pine Barrens and reveal itself to the world for one terrifying week? Let me know what you think in the comments below. Was the Jersey Devil a legend, a misunderstood animal, or something far more sinister? If you enjoyed this dive into one of history's strangest mysteries, make sure to like this video. Share it with a friend who loves dark legends and unexplained stories. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on the bell so you never miss the next mystery we uncover. Thanks for watching. Stay curious, stay safe, and if you ever find yourself walking through the Pine Barrens late at night, listen carefully, because sometimes legends are not just stories. Sometimes they're still out there, waiting in the dark.